Hey guys, M13 here, and it's sunny today. It's the first sunny day we've had in about 2 or 3 weeks of non-stop rain. So I'm going for a ride. My bike's really dirty. The last time I took it out, it was like the weather. My cell phone and the internet said there was going to be no rain that day, and it did nothing but rain. It was me and my friend Brad. We went for a ride, and it was like we're both checking our cell phones. And, hey, it's not going to rain tomorrow. Let's go for a ride. You know, it'd been raining a lot then too. And we're like, it's not supposed to rain tomorrow, let's go. Okay, we wake up really early. Well, it's kind of wet out, but maybe once the sun, like we got up really early, like 6, 7 in the morning or something. And we said, well, maybe once the sun comes out, sometimes when the sun comes out, the clouds and the wetness just goes away. But nope, it rained off and on for that entire day that we tried to go for a ride. And it was like no rain predicted at all. Anyways, I'm going on about that too much, so. But now I actually have no rain, and this wasn't even really predicted. It was supposed to be like cloudy with rain today, and it's like nice. So I almost crashed just now. Not really, but it was a somewhat close call. You know, like one of the closer calls I've had in the last year on the Ninja. It's my first time riding this thing in like 20 days. So what do? Of course, I pull out of my house, and then I ride for about 3-4 minutes, and then I come to the park here, and the park has long straights on the sides of it. So I reach one of the long straights, and of course I just pin the throttle, and I fly down the and I get the end of the long straight appears like, quicker than I thought it would, and I'm like, I can't make this corner at this speed, so I'm trying to brake, and I'm heading straight towards the corner. Braking is okay as long as it's braking before the corner. The problem is, because I often say, if you panic, don't brake. But I was panicking and braking before the corner when you're supposed to be braking. I was like locking up both tires pretty much and sliding towards the corner. But I know that once you reach the corner, you cannot continue to brake. Then, even if you think your speed is too high, you have to let off the brake and just turn. Because if you try to brake in a corner, you're just going to go straight off the road. So I haven't ridden in a while, so I'm just taking it easy, trying to familiarize myself with my bike. That car has been there for years. It's been there for so long. I don't even know how long now, like 8 years or something. There's just a car sitting just off the main road. It's in a ditch. It's like, you'd think by now someone would have towed it or something. The thing's just gonna rust, and it's gonna pollute the ground soil all around it. You get some people to drive these little cars like that, and then they behave as if they're scooters, because they think, well, my car is smaller than a regular car, so therefore I can go in scooter lanes and whatnot. I hate that. A lot of people here, they ride with their helmets on, but not done up, because, it's illegal to not have a helmet on, so they just stick, but they don't give a shit about safety, they're just doing it for the legality. So what they end up doing is they just stick a helmet on their head. Even though, and then they don't bother doing it up. They put it on their head so that they can't get busted by the cops, but they don't bother doing it up because they're not doing it for safety. They don't think they're gonna crash, so why would I need a helmet? I'm not gonna crash, why do I need a helmet? So, but and it shouldn't bother me because like that's their, Darwinism, and is that it? Survival of the fittest, and if they want to crash and die, then why would I care? Planet's overpopulated. But the problem is, and I've mentioned this before, and I apologize, is that sometimes their helmets fly off while they're riding because the wind. It's really windy today. I've had it happen to me twice, where I've had someone in front of me riding along, and I'm riding along, and then their helmet just flies off and comes back at me. And one of the times, I actually hit the helmet. Like, it was perfect. The helmet flew off it was a half helmet, flew off their head, landed directly in front of my front tire. And a half helmet is not, it's nothing insignificant. Is that a good use of double negative? It's significant. it's not just like a little rock or something on the road, or a pebble or something. When you're riding along in a motorcycle and you go over a helmet that's like that big and smooth and rounded, you have a very, very good chance of crashing. Okay, it's a woman. I'm like, why, you know, like, you're already stopped out there, you know, like, backing up is dangerous, just stay there, man. And then this guy, of course, wasn't already over the line, but he decided to be. Yeah, I was, you know, I lucked out, like, when I hit that helmet, like, and I'm telling you, like, 90, and I'm not bragging, but 90% of riders, if they were to have a helmet, half helmet dropped in front of them like that, would crash. But because I'm pretty familiar with what to do in that situation, like the rules, so I'm in the 10% that hopefully wouldn't crash, and you still need a bit of luck. Because what you're supposed to do in that situation, and I've mentioned this before, but it's a really good rule and it needs to be repeated so people learn it. In that situation where you're riding along and all of a sudden, next thing you know, some guy's helmet flies off and lands directly in front of your bike, what are you supposed to do? The correct answer is accelerate. Most people would either brake or swerve, both of which are wrong. I could go into the details, but I've done it enough times that you should have heard them before. But anyways, the correct answer is, in that situation, you should actually accelerate. And that's what I did, and it lightened up my rear tire and enabled me to just kind of ride over it.